Welcome back to the matinee version, you could say, of the People's Game Day. I'm joined here with Josh Borm, Lane Millay, and the one and only Jared Neuwirth. All right, next on the old agenda, we're going to talk about the standings. We've had some people move up and they look great, and some people move down and not so great. Boom! So, Josh, why don't you talk about the standings?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of stole all the thunder, but that's fine because it's basically talking about how bad I am. I went 7-7 last week, and you guys all went 10-4. All it means is Jordan pulled out to a commanding lead. He's still 2 games up on you guys and 3 up on me, and you guys are 1 up on me. So I'm in last. You guys are tied for second. Jordan's leading the parade.
Talk about pick'ems.
Katie O'Boyle, our guest picker, topped Alexi by a game. So she went 8-6, and Lexi was 7-7. So Adrian's got some big shoes to fill later. And then our CBS standings, your boy, Lane Millay, wins the week.
Good job, Laner. Nice job, buddy.
Week winner.
Good buddy.
Now he's Lane's tied for second in that. Dallas tied for 4th. Jordan tied for 9th, and I tied for 12th.
I tied for what? Loser.
9th. You're tied for 9th. So those are our standings.
Why?
All right, my why. Bill Conley at ESPN. I didn't read the article, so maybe he wrote "just kidding" underneath it. But the headline was Georgia, Notre Dame, and USC drive serious college football playoff contender talk. Okay, Georgia proved themselves last weekend. I think they are a very serious college football playoff contender. Notre Dame and USC, no. Notre Dame.
Hey, shout out to Luke Powers.
The biggest imposter. Yeah, Powers. He's going to be on here.
You suck!
God.
Notre Dame ain't shit besides their offensive line.
Oh, we got to put that in the clip.
Got a good defense.
Stick to basketball, Luke.
Okay, Luke. Lane, you're up, pal. What's your why?
Well, my why of the week was what I thought was my bet. I forgot my bet was Green Bay, but my why of the week is my dumbass last week thought that Texas was going to win and win by 2 touchdowns. Not only did they lose, well, they lost. I mean, that's it. I mean, I
lost.
I'm done with Texas. I've cancel cultured Texas. Texas is nothing in my books. Horns friggin' down, baby. That's my why of the week.
What you doing out there, Dallas?
Jerry, go ahead.
My why of the week is why the fuck is Dan Quinn still in Atlanta? Why have they not fired anybody? They are awful. And if I ever see Calvin Ridley get 0 catches in a game again, I'm burning something down. Insane. Insane. With Julio out. Why, Matt Ryan? Why, Dan Quinn?
The Texans finally got something right. They fired Bill O'Brien.
I like
Oh,
it.
he sucks.
I like
Adam Gase is still around. Let's not forget about Adam Gase.
How did he outlast anybody? The Jets don't care.
The Broncos beat him.
My why of the week is to Stephen Gilmore. Stephen Gilmore, after the Patriots got beat, what I would say handily by the Chiefs, even some people in this group took the Pats. Stephen Gilmore ran up to Patrick Mahomes and they hugged. And now Stephen Gilmore is tested positive for COVID-19. So now shall see how the rest of this NFL week shakes out. Hopefully next week we're not coming back on saying the Chiefs had to forfeit a game because of their actions, but that's my why. If you got a person on your team, why go hug someone else? Anyways, I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
That's what an elite defender does. He takes out your best player. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Crippling defense, yeah. And plus, nobody here picked the Patriots. Jackwagon.
Okay. Upset-
Moving on.
upset pick. So we're doing the upset picks. Josh, you want to handle this one?
Yeah, mine's not much of an upset. I got Mississippi State over Kentucky. Kentucky's favored by 2.5. Not much of an upset, but I'll take Mississippi State. Go Dogs on that one.
Lane, who's your college football upset?
Well, my upset is Virginia Tech is coming in and they're going to beat North Carolina. I think North Carolina is overrated. They did win last week. Sorry, Josh.
They shouldn't.
But
Did you watch it?
no, yeah, they shouldn't have won. I think they're overrated. I think Virginia Tech's going to win this one.
Lordy, look, it's Jerdy. Who's your upset of the week?
Yeah, there's not a lot of good upsets this week to pick from, so I'm swinging for the fences. Vols are going to go down and take down Georgia.
Oh my God, that's this week.
Cade Mays is going to come back to where his dad lost a pinky and just absolutely beat the fuck out of Georgia.
Woo! Turn up the heat.
Turn up the heat, baby. It's smoking in here. My upset of the week is my upset of the week. Write it down. Put it on my gravestone. Whatever you got to do. Ole Miss over Bama. Bro, damn Ole Miss. It's in Ole Miss. I love them. I just do not see Bama going past. I'm taking Ole Miss. And you can write it down. Do whatever you got to do. Give me the money.
I wrote it down, buddy.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
Dear diary, Dallas fucked up today.
Hey, makes fun of somebody and then writing your diary about it.
That's enough.
All right. We're back, baby. Good to see you. We're joined by a friend of the show. He's a really good guy, other than the fact that he likes the Broncos. But welcome, Adrian. Adrian, say a little something to the community.
How's it going there? How's it going?
Adrian, you're a big Miami Hurricanes fan, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who's your favorite Hurricane of all time?
Oof. Probably say
Ray Lewis.
The 8th floor crew. Nobody?
Okay, well, we're on to the picks. The next, this is our first pick of the night. I'm gonna throw it to Lane Millay, but it's Duke at Syracuse. Go ahead, Mr. Millay.
Syracuse has this one. Sorry, buddy. Josh, go ahead.
Duke's winless. They're getting their first win up at the Carrier Dome. Devils win by a field goal. What, Adrian? You?
probably go with Duke as well. I mean, Syracuse is never really a good football school. So, all right, next to you, Jordan.
Yeah, David Cutliffe's been up there at Duke for a while. He's a former Tennessee Vol. It's tough to pick against him, but I'm going to go Syracuse.
I'm going with Duke. I'm kind of taking what Borm said, too. Duke's going to get their first dub. All right. Next one is Virginia Tech at North Carolina. I'm going to go with the Tar Heels here. Lane, who do you like?
Like I said, for my upset of the week, I think Virginia Tech's going to be the Tar Heels. I think the Tar Heels are overrated. So, Virginia Tech, I think they're going to win by at least a touchdown. Josh, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I picked Carolina to lose last week to Boston College, and they should have, or at least they should have went to overtime. That crazy 2-point play. So I'll take the Hokies, knock off the Tar Heels. Adrian, what do you got?
I think the Tar Heels, Virginia Tech's been dealing with a bunch of COVID stuff. I don't think they've been practicing as much. So I think Tar Heels take it. On to you, Jordan.
Good observation. I believe they have over 20 players that were out last week with COVID, so who knows who'll be available this week. I think Sam Howell and Mac Brown take it home. Go Heels.
All right, our next game. This is what I think might be the toughest pick. We got number 22 Texas playing Oklahoma, the Boomers Sooner. I just don't see Oklahoma going 1-3 here, so I'm going to go with Oklahoma. Lane, what do you think?
I vowed to never vote for Texas again. Oklahoma's going to win. Rattler, I don't think he's lived up to the hype, but I think Oklahoma's going to win this game. Texas sucks. Josh, to you, buddy.
I'm kind of with Dallas here. I think Oklahoma's more desperate. I mean, both teams, this has turned into a Nebraska versus Northwestern type of game. Like, who cares? But I think OU's more desperate. They get the win. Adrian, what do you think?
I think OU's going to win. I mean, it's always a Red River rivalry, and Texas is not very good this year. On Jordan?
Oklahoma hasn't lost 2 in a row since 1999. I bet they haven't lost 3 in a row since fucking 1939. Ain't happening, Oklahoma.
All right, next is our LSU Tigers versus Missouri Tigers. I'm taking LSU. There's no way Missouri wins. Go Tigers. Lay Malay.
LSU by a million. Josh, you turn, buddy.
I think LSU, but I think Missouri covered. I think LSU is a little bit overrated. Missouri ain't half bad. I know Tennessee handled them, but I don't think LSU's that good. So, are you Adrian?
I'm going to go Tigers. I'm going to go my boy Coach O. He'll take it home. I do think Missouri covers as well. On to you, Jordan.
LSU outright. Missouri's bad.
All right, next one is number 4 Florida playing number 21 Texas A&M. I'm taking the Gators here just because I like the Gators, and I saw a tweet earlier that said, how many touchdowns did that guy have last week, 3 or 4? And the tweet said the running back for Florida went through 3 or 4 linemen last week, and the guy tweeted, yeah, so did my ex. So I'm going with the Gators again.
I didn't see that. That was good.
Lay Malay, who do you like?
They have Florida winning by 6.5. I think that's easy. I think Texas is good, but I do see them winning by touchdown. Florida.
Yeah.
Go Gators.
Texas A&M, not Texas.
Go ahead, Joe.
Okay.
They might have had a couple.
I think Florida wins big. I think A&M's garbage. Hot garbage. Gators by a bunch. Adrian?
Yeah, I think Gators as well. I think Gators by at least 20. That quarterback's awesome. On to you, Jordan.
Nice.
Kyle Trask is going to put Jimbo Fisher to bed. Good Lord. Florida.
All right. We've got Texas Tech playing the Cyclones out of Iowa State. I'm rolling with Iowa State. Lay Malay, who do you like, Biddy?
Florida State is garbage. I'm just going to say that right now. I don't see them winning.
Lane, you're absolutely right.
Iowa State.
Hey, Lane, it's Iowa State.
Florida State is
Texas.
garbage, though. You're right.
Hold on. Let me
You're drinking.
He's got to go to family dinner.
You can't drink it here. This is a library.
Hey, we are live here.
Iowa State wins by 2 touchdowns. Easy win. That's your turn, buddy.
Who did you take?
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Adrian, just go. I'm done.
I think Texas Tech covers. I can't remember what the spread was. I don't have it in front of me.
Well,
I think
12.5.
Yeah, they'll definitely cover, but Iowa State winning. On to you, Jordan.
Good pick. Good pick. Same pick. Texas covers, but Iowa State wins. Great pick, Lane. Great pick.
Thanks, buddy.
Well done.
Can't wait to go to my family function tonight.
go on with the
Wormy, you want to make your pick, Biddy?
I said Iowa State, but I'm done talking. I don't want
Okay.
to sound like Lane.
All right. Next we have who? The next game we have what? What? We have what Jordan Newer said would be the upset of the week. We've got the Tennessee Volunteers playing number 3 Georgia. Tennessee obviously coming with that 14 ranking. Georgia's a 13.5 point favorite here. I'm taking the Dogs because the Dogs don't lose. And I love the Dogs and the O'Boyles. I love that family. Great family, the best family. Lane, who do you like?
Terrible people.
Tennessee is my sleeper team of the year. I think they're awesome, but Georgia's too good. I do have Georgia winning by over 14, but it'll be a good game. Georgia, though. Sorry, buddy. Josh, your turn, bud.
Yeah, I got Georgia winning, but I think Tennessee hangs in there. Kind of a slugfest. Less than 2 touchdowns, but Georgia wins. Adrian?
It's going to be a good SEC battle. I think Tennessee will cover, and I do think Georgia will win. On to you, Jordan.
Tennessee definitely covers. They're going to come in a little hot and bothered. This is the best they've looked in a long time, and an O-line that takes care of business. Georgia, they've taken care of business, but they just look like they don't know who the fuck they are anymore. Tennessee's going to sneak one out.
All right. Kansas State plays TCU, our Horned Frogs. I made a lot of money off them week 1, but I don't see Kansas State losing this one. The old pride of North Dakota State, their head coach now, Kleiman, he's going to have the boys ready to go. Kansas State moves on to 3-1. Lane Millay, who do you like in this one? Florida State?
Kansas State. Kansas State's going to win this one. So will Florida State. Josh, your turn, bud.
I think TCU is favored by so much because they beat Texas, and it kind of looks like a good win, but Texas is awful. I still think TCU wins, but not by 8.5.
Boo.
Adrian?
I agree. I think Kansas State will cover, and I think they'll win. Actually, TCU wasn't very impressive when they played Texas either.
Right.
On to you.
Not so fast, gentlemen. I'm going with the Horned Frogs. Coming off a big win against an in-state rival. I think K-State's had a little time sipping their own Kool-Aid. TCU comes in.
All right.
Probably, babe.
Now we've
Get
got
froggy.
we've got the Arkansas Razorbacks playing the Auburn Tigers. Auburn coming in at number 13 and a 16.5-point favorite. I'm taking Auburn here. Lane Millay, what do you think down there, buddy?
I was very mistaken to talk down to Auburn. Josh pointed that out. Auburn's pretty good. Georgia obviously beat them, but I think Auburn's legit. I do think Auburn wins, and I think they win outright, at least by 3 touchdowns, 17 points. Josh, your turn, buddy.
Yeah, I was pretty high on Auburn. I still think they got a shot in the West, just because anything happens in the Iron Bowl. But I'm gonna reel back a little bit on them being, legit. But I still think they beat Arkansas by a big margin. Adrian?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Auburn as well, outright. I mean, they look really good. Jordan?
As long as Felipe Franks is playing for the University of Arkansas, I will never put my name next to them. Auburn.
All right, thanks for that, Jordan. God damn, that was fun to listen to. All right, next we got Temple playing Navy. Navy's actually a 3.5-point underdog here. I'm not sure where to go on this one, but I'm going to take Navy. And Lane Millay, you're up next.
This is tough because Navy Temple hasn't played a game yet. But I have Navy winning, and they win by over a field goal. They're going to win. Josh, your turn, buddy.
Navy got stroked by BYU. Not a good look. I think Temple comes out first game, pretty excited. Wins the game by touchdown at least. Adrian, what do you got?
I'm going to go with Navy as well. Can I Jordan?
Great pick. But I'm going with Temple. The Eagles will fly, baby.
They're Owls, but whatever.
All right, the next game is the one that I think there'll be an upset in. We've got number 2 Alabama going to Ole Miss. It's a 24.5-point spread. My God, I'm going to be rich come Monday. But I'm taking Ole Miss here. I talked about it in our pregame. Lane, what do you think and why?
I do think that Ole Miss is great, but Alabama's obviously going to win. The biggest issue is, do they cover? I don't think so. The 21.5, I think Alabama's going to roll.
24.5.
Okay.
Sorry.
They're gonna, Alabama's going to win, and they're not going to cover. Josh, your turn, buddy.
I got Bama by a whole boatload. I think Saban's proven a point to Lane Kiffin, and they beat him like 48-7 or something. Adrian, what do you think?
I agree with Josh. I mean, it's going to be a beatdown. Alabama by a billion. Jordan?
Nick Saban's never lost to an assistant, and that is not going to stop now. Alabama rolls the fuck out of Ole Miss. Roll Tide.
I love Ole Miss's jerseys, though. the new Baby Blues. I love
Not
it.
Old Miss. Old
Yeah,
Miss.
those jerseys are worth a field goal a game. Yeah, great.
Jesus, Jordan. All right, next is the old former home of Dak Prescott, Mississippi State, playing Kentucky. Mississippi State being a 2.5-point underdog here. I'm going to go with Mississippi State. Lay Malay, who do you like?
It's tough. It is tough. I do think that Kentucky's going to win, though. Josh, your turn.
I think Leach gets is back on track. I think Kentucky's a little overrated. Bulldogs by a couple touchdowns. Adrian?
Yeah, I agree. That quarterback had a really good game against LSU for Mississippi State. I think there's no way Kentucky wins Mississippi State. Jordan?
I think Kentucky keeps it close, but Mike Leach is going to win over his former home. Go Dogs.
Dogs. All right, then we've got Florida State playing Notre Dame. Notre Dame coming in at number 5. I think this is a big-time beatdown for the boys. The Irish, they're going to fly high. They'll be going to church Sunday morning, but Notre Dame big. Lane?
I hate to say it, even though I love Notre Dame's offensive line. I love Notre Dame, actually, but I can't because Luke Powers, hope you're hearing this, you suck. But Notre Dame's going to win by like 4.5 touchdowns.
By the way, just real quick, Lay Malay, last week you came on here and said the best offensive lineman was who again?
Quentin Nelson. And
then the first play of the Colts game, he got a holding penalty.
Kiss of death.
Oh, that's why.
That doesn't change the fact that he's first team All Pro. And you know what? Yeah, we're not going into this.
Josh, who do you like? Borm, who do you like in Florida State, Notre Dame?
This is the Pretender Bowl. Perennial overrated teams that just don't pan out. Next week they're playing Nebraska. It's a round robin. It's all these overrated teams. Notre Dame wins big because Florida State's garbage, but Notre Dame's still not number 5 in the country. That's ridiculous. Notre Dame,
Absolutely.
I hate them. Powers, you suck. Adrian, what do you got?
And I also Notre Dame. I mean, Miami put a beat down on them, but also Notre Dame's going through the COVID outbreak. But there's no way they win here. So Notre Dame. Jordan?
Notre Dame beats Florida State's club team that they try out every week.
Minute. I love Notre Dame. I'm a Catholic boy. I got Powers, one of my good buddies. I think Notre Dame's going to make a run here.
Yeah,
All right, and then
Powers, you suck.
and then
I've
our
seen
big,
a lot of Sundays at your house, and I've never seen you at church, boy.
Dallas, I've seen you things that question your Catholicism.
Good word, my mother.
All right, and then in our game of the week, we've got the Miami Hurricanes playing Clemson, and what is a 7-1. Clemson, obviously a 14.5-point favorite here. But, I mean, the Hurricanes coming in strong, ready to go. But that said, I'm still taking Trevor Lawrence and the boys down south. Clemson by 14.5. Lane?
Love Clemson. Miami's legit, though. I think Clemson wins, but I do think that Miami covers. I said it. Josh, your turn, buddy.
I'm with you. I think Clemson wins. Miami comes out trying to make a statement that they haven't made in 25 years, 20 years, since 2001, I guess. So 19 years they haven't made a statement like this. This is their time. They still lose, but they keep it close. Adrian?
Well, Clemson hasn't lost an ACC game in 3 years, so I think this is the day. Miami.
Let's go.
Oh, big take.
Great pick, Adrian. I'm going to side with you. We got the U. Go Clemson. Miami doesn't keep it close. Trevor Lawrence has a field day. Go Tigers.
Well, that concludes another episode of The People's Game Day. Don't forget to comment your favorite parts and share the video as much as you can and throw a few likes on there. But for Josh Borm, Lane Malay, Jared Neuwirth, and our new friend Adrian, sign off until next week.
Go Canes.